Hi third graders, it's Mrs. Burke here with a video math lesson on how we can find the area of two combined rectangles. So to do that, I suggest having two different colored markers. So for today's activity, I'm always going to use a purple marker to outline rectangle 1 and then a blue marker to outline rectangle 2. I also created a work mat for myself, and I stuck it in a sheet protector. That's just going to help me organize my information each time. So this is optional, but for me it helps me to stay organized. So first I plan on finding the area of rectangle 1, and I reminded myself that area is the length times the width. Then I'm going to find the area of rectangle 2, which I outline in blue. And finally, to find my total area, I'm going to combine the area of rectangle 1 plus the area of rectangle 2. So I'll show you what that looks like. So let's start with this figure here. Okay, so I'm going to slide it into my mat. And I'm going to start with rectangle 1, which I made purple. And first I'm going to count. I know I need the length times the width. So first I'm going to count the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square units. And then the purple rectangle has a width of 1, 2 square units. So if I have a length of 6 times a width of 2, my area would be 12 square units for my purple rectangle number 1. If I'm not sure what 6 times 2 is, I can also get that by counting the square units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That will also get me my area. Now I'm going to move on to my blue rectangle, which is rectangle 2. First I'll find the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Times the width. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to fill that into my rectangle 2 portion of the mat. So 6 times 3. 6 times 3 equals 18 square units. So I now have the area of rectangle 1, which was 12 square units, and rectangle 2, which is 18 square units. So what I want to do is I want to combine them by using addition. So I'm going to first take area of rectangle 1, 12, plus rectangle 2, 18. When I add 12 plus 18, my answer is 30 square units. And if I wanted to check, I could count 1 by 1, and altogether I'd have 30 boxes. All right, so that's the steps I'm going to use to find the area of combined rectangles. So let's try another one. Okay, so we're going to find the area of these two combined rectangles. So first I start with rectangle 1 in purple. So the length of rectangle 1 is 1, 2, 3 square units. And the width is also 1, 2, 3 square units. It's a square. So I have an area that has the dimensions of 3 times 3, which gives me an area of 9 square units. I'll put a 9 inside here. When I move on to rectangle 2, again, I'm going to find the length, 1, 2, times the width, 1, 2, 3, to give me a length of 2 times a width of 3, which gives me an area of 6 square units. And again, I could have counted 2, 4, 6. Now to find my total area, I'm going to combine the two areas. So the area of rectangle 1 was 9 square units, plus the area of 2, which was 6 square units. 9 plus 6 equals 15 square units. And if I count all the boxes, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It does have an area of 15 square units. I'll show you one more and then you'll have a chance to try one on your own. Okay. Here is our next combined figure. Slide it into my mat. And I'm gonna start with my purple rectangle number 1. So, rectangle 1, first find the length. Has a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 1, 2. 5 times 2 gives me an area of 10 square units. Now I'm ready to move on to rectangle 2. This has a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well, but it only has a width of 1. So 5 times 1 equals 5 square units. To find my combined area, I'm going to take the area of rectangle 1, which was 10, plus the area of rectangle 2, which was 5, and that gives me a total area of 15 square units. Okay, so now it's your turn. I'm going to erase my board here. If you don't have a mat like mine created, it's okay. You can just keep your work nice and organized. Always start with purple first, find the area, then move on to blue, find the area, and then combine them. So I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds to look at this figure, okay? Okay, if you need more time, press pause and you can resume when you're ready. If you're ready, then I'll go through it with you. So first I'm gonna find the length of rectangle 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, times the width, 1, 2, 3. So I have 4 times 3, which gives me an area of 12 square units. And again, if you didn't know 3 times 4 is 12, you can always count the square units up to get your area. Next, rectangle 2. I have a length of 2 square units and a width of 3 square units. So for rectangle 2, 2 times 3 is 6 square units. To find my combined area, I'm gonna take my 12 from rectangle 1 plus my 6 from rectangle 2, and when I add it together, I get a total of 18 square units. Now I want to mention one last thing. If for some reason you got 3 times 4 or you got 3 times 2, it's okay. You'll still get the same product because of the commutative property. So it's all right if you're not sure which is the length and which is the width. You'll still get the same product and eventually area. Okay, so that's how we can find the area of a combined rectangle. My tips are just work in parts. Focus on one rectangle at a time. And the color coding helps yourself to organize your work. Let me get all of rectangle 1 first, then rectangle 2, and finally I'll add them together for my total to combine them. Okay? Good luck with this. Try your best, and we're already so proud of the work you've been doing. Have a great day, Stuart.